Today, we're going to be reviewing some pro VODs. Now, this is actually a snippet from something we did in the JS Academy. In the JS Academy, we do one pro VOD session per week where everybody comes in, they bring their, high elo VODs they want to review, and we watch them together and we analyze them as a group. If that's something that interests you, or if you want more pro, other VOD reviews for yourself, or 1v1 practice and lots of other coaching by me, check the description to join the JS Academy. This video, we're doing some pro reviews. We have some mid lane, we have some jungle, and it's an example of what a JS Academy session looks like. And it's some nice little coaching, and it's a nice event where we're kind of watching some pro plays and analyzing it together. Hope you guys enjoy this one. All right, so Showmaker versus Yasuo. Showmaker's on the Ahri. Ahri, I think, is such a good champion right now in the current meta, because the champions are like, wait, why is this minimap like enlarged? What kind of VOD is this? Look at this.
Because he covers up his minimap and I had to get it from the replay.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Because I thought, like, we lose a lot of info if we don't see them.
Yeah, that's really, really cool that you're able to do that. That's awesome. Yora's going above and beyond. I'm going to start giving out roles when you guys go above and beyond. Maybe I'll reset them every week, but Yora's getting a roll for this one. This is nice.
Get a roll.
Or something like that. Okay, so I want to see his runes here. He's going pretty standard. It is interesting, though. He's going inspiration, so he's going light blue. And he's taking...
That's what I wanted to talk about. Like, I saw him go inspiration on Ahri a lot.
Yeah.
Sorcery.
And light blue's not bad, but when most people take light blue, it's because they want DMAT. We're going light blue literally just for biscuits and for cosmic or cosmic insight. So usually when you want biscuits because you're really mono hungry, Ahri typically isn't because she just backs lots and has lots of tempo. And the cosmic insight is kind of just a scaling rune, kind of passive rune. So it's very interesting to me. I'm curious to see how he plays his lane out. Why don't we start with, especially my Ahri players, what's your idea of this matchup? How should it go? How do you think it should be played?
Sometimes he goes... I don't even know what the other...
Your mic's really quiet right now, by the way.
Oh.
Just so you know. I'm not sure. It's just me. Okay, Twiz's mic is really quiet too. Y'all gotta pick up your mics.
Oh, that was because my mic was inside my headset.
Oh, I got you.
Yours fine for me.
It's weird, I didn't change any.
Okay, yeah, I got you up on 200. You're hearable. Okay. But yeah, how do you think this matchup should go? Give me an idea. Let's have a hypothesis. When you're watching games, you always want to have an idea.
If we go by my Ahri games, you get absolutely rolled.
Yep, this matchup's unwinnable. Yep, no. Okay, so actually, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of a framework. I like to view lane phase in 3 different parts. We have first 3 to 5 waves. And this is the spot where you're going to be like most specific. Like how exactly we're handling wave 1, wave 2. And then we have the rest of pre-6. And then we have post-6. So this is kind of how I view the different stages of lane phase. So why don't we start with what do you think the optimal way to play wave 1 against Yasuo is?
Slow push.
Yeah, slow push and zone.
Get a minion lead so that you can like crash second wave.
Okay,
Ideally,
so that already brings up a question. Why crash 2 instead of 3?
Because if you crash 3, he'll be level 3 and has a lot of threat on you.
Well, usually when we crash 3, it's to take away a level 3 spot because your wave will be so massive that they can't really go in on you. But it's different for Yasuo because...
It's level 36 is win wall.
Nope, we don't care about Yasuo's level 3. What do we care about?
Oh, I don't know.
His level 2 is way stronger. So Yasuo is unique. Most assassins spike really hard at level 3. Yasuo has access to all of his damage at level 2. So level 2 is really scary. So if you keep wave 2 kind of in the middle and sort of even or just slightly winning, he will kill you for that. So you have to crash 2.
We talk about level 2, it's because of the jungler.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Gragas could level 2 gank.
Yeah,
possibly.
Or something like that.
He has gank tools.
That's an interesting game.
It's Korea. I mean,
it's Korea. Yeah, anything can happen in Korea. And then we'll get some vision down. And then how are we gonna play the lanes after that? What do you think? So this is the first couple waves.
Shove and roam with your jungler.
Yeah, and that's the goal. The rest, honestly, pre-6 and post-6, very, very similar. Our goal is to get out of lane phase and just shove and roam.
Keep him shoved under tower.
Yeah. So this is our hypothesis of the matchup. Let's see how Showmaker plays it. With the TP and the inspiration, we're kind of thinking about why is he doing these things? Is it matching what we think? Let's go ahead and get started.
Those his start.
I like how his D-ring is like all the way in Narnia on his, on his items. I'm gonna start doing that just for the culture.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone has like their own system on how they manage items.
I like his W. He used it to.
I want to go into. I know you can go into like the item sets thing, and you could set it to where if you buy an item, it goes to a certain slot.
Oh, can you really? I didn't even know that was a
Yeah.
feature.
Because I hate moving my items because sometimes I forget, like hourglass or something.
Mm-hmm.
You could
Just
tell
move
like
your
hourglass to
component.
go in the last slot.
Like, I just put my component where I want it to be.
Yeah, that doesn't always work. If you have an empty spot,
Yeah,
yeah, it'll just go up to the empty
Okay,
I tend to have a
so
pretty full inventory. So.
exactly what we thought was gonna happen is happening. He's slow pushing 1 and 2. He crashed 2. He got some vision down. Our analysis of the first couple waves, our understanding is perfect. Now Yasuo is strong though, so I'm guessing
And-
we're going to kind of concede a little bit.
That ward placement kind
Yeah.
of is rough.
This ward placement sucks. But yeah, especially because you already have this vision. It's like, bro, if you have this vision, you know that he's either here or coming here. So it's like, if you know he's here or here, this vision doesn't actually tell you anything, right? So when you watch Probots, sometimes they do things that just aren't necessarily correct.
Too bad Ronik's not here. He'd enjoy this VOD.
Yeah, true. This
We could
one,
tell him how Showmaker is watching the lines.
we are going. Yeah, he is. That's very, very true. Last time when we talked about Yasuo, we talked about understanding the lines he
Yeah.
can E through, so where you can stand to be safe. But this is getting recorded on Twitch, so I'm gonna ping a lot of the Ahri players, and we could even ping Ronik after the fact and say, hey, check this Twitch VOD out.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna really care because he permabans him regardless.
Does he? I saw a Yasuo VOD from him a couple days ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get out of banning a champion, it leaves you to ban something else.
Woo! Yeah, we got to be super careful on the bounced wave. So here,
Nah.
we know that Yasuo is super scary, but Showmaker is not respecting it.
I mean, I didn't think that tornado landed.
Yeah, that's a little bit nasty. But Yasuo on the bounce wave, terrifying. And somebody pings here, very good stuff. Gragas is either here or here, but he hasn't shown, so that means we know he's in the top side. Wow, this is a little bit shaky from Showmaker so far. We had some weak vision. We had lack of respect. Oh
Got hit by
boy.
2 tornadoes.
Now, what I absolutely love is that he's pressing the line as aggressive as he can. And that's something that I want all of you to do all of the time. If you're going to lose a game, I would prefer you to lose on the aggressive side. Right? Like Showmaker has to flash, he has to do all this shit because he's playing too aggressive. It's better than playing too passive. We're pulling the Gragas pressure. He's learning a lot. This is a very valuable game for Showmaker here.
I knew I was always correct. Thank you, Jim.
No, Leo, there's a big difference between
Shush.
learning
no,
and
don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, you gotta let him have this one, bro.
Alright.
You could check my VOD's mic flashes on perma cooldown. So
The twist flash, I love it.
Y'all
Okay.
take flash.
So Yasuo's bot lane here. Showmaker's not pinging it at all. Which is like maybe a bit doomed. Actually, Yasuo
He
might
might
have
have
just
pinged it
backed.
over the map, which we can't really see.
No, we would see it on the replay. Or in chat.
yeah, see, we saw it right there. They pinged.
Yeah, they pinged, but Yasuo already showed and they're just killing him.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Oh,
I forgot Yasuo players don't leave lane ever. Oh my goodness. Showmaker just did the charm that I hate.
the max range charm.
Yeah, so the reason I hate this
Narnia.
charm is Showmaker cannot contest the wave anymore. Do you see how he's clicking so far back? He's so scared. This is because you throw this charm, you lose your defensive tool. Like, the whole point of Ahri's E and Ahri's ult is that you can step up, stand here, and know that if they come into you, you just kite away and use E, W, and ult. So using this charm here actually takes away your ult angle, or takes away the amount of space you can take up. Okay, he's F-keying top. This is interesting. Why is he F-keying top here?
Looking for shove and diving.
Why top? Oh, Mooba. I appreciate the follow, bro. I forgot I had
They
alerts off.
just made a play bot.
Mate, yes, good scam. I'm out. Reporting stream.
Because they what'd they say, Gops? Or would you say, Gops?
Because there was just a play bot, so your
Yeah.
jungler's probably gonna go top.
Exactly. Where's Vi gonna go next? She's gonna go top. Our bottom's off tempo. This is where we're attacking next, right? He's always thinking ahead. Always, always, always thinking ahead. Bot, there's no play ever. So if you're gonna look anywhere, you're gonna look top. Now he also is letting this wave come in because, again, there's nowhere for Yasuo to really go, right? Kennan's gonna get this wave under. Bot and jungler off the map, so they don't really care about the wave crashing.
This Yasuo's nice. NATO.
This entire team is gonna fail to ping the ward.
You're right. Me personally, me and Gobs are fighting for that thing.
That's crazy. Holy. And everybody's playing on the top side. We're about to see a brawl, boys. Oh, just kidding. Rakan decided not to.
No mana.
Vi wants the brawl still. We have cookies. Yeah.
She has two. She can get up to half easy.
Cookies are so broken. Yeah, they were looking for a brawl, but Gragas opted out of it. Most passive Korean game ever.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised we haven't seen Flash ult level 1 from our ADC yet.
2 ping is crazy.
Bro, I don't know what game you're playing, but I've never seen a level 1 Jinx flash ulting anything.
That's that Korea tech.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Once again, we are just kind of conceding the push here. And this is something that in our low elo games is really, really tricky. Because you don't want to concede push when it matters. But why does it not matter right now? Why is he
Nothing to
allowed?
do.
Yeah, there's nowhere for Yasuo to go, right? He's going to go step on the dragon, but they already had control of that. So you're matching your tempo with your team here, actually, by letting this kind of crash and not over contesting. And now we're moving with our team, right? We're just staying on tempo. Tom Gench is just dancing. That is crazy. Showmaker does not look comfortable on the Ahri. Now he's conceding, and I don't think there's a good reason.
It's actually his highest win rate champion.
Is it? I think this champion's broken. Ahri's also my highest win rate, and I'm not that comfortable on it.
Check.
Maybe I should take Ahri.
Yeah,
into the jungle.
this champion's just winner's queue. Like,
Yeah, he's like
If
being
can't
your
die,
highest
I'll
win
lose,
rate
you know what I
champion
mean?
is one thing, but being 70% win rate in 30 games?
If Iron can
it's-
play Zoe in the jungle, I think he can do Ahri.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh,
He wasn't there.
nah, this Yasuo is kind of limited.
we call this a bait in the biz. This has got to be obvious. Yasuo players do this all the time. Me
Dude,
and
I was
Tech.
gonna say this is the Yasuo player special, bro.
Yeah, me and Tech were talking about
Yeah,
Yasuo
that
players last
tornado.
night. Talking about how they always try to like out mechanic the thing. But if your lane opponent was just conceding the whole lane every wave, and they were just playing to lose, just chilling back or playing to not lose, and just chilling and vibing, and they randomly decide to contest the wave.
Or like, bro, I'll
I
be standing
mean,
on my.
No,
Oh,
interesting,
here we go.
huh?
Hear me out. Peas ain't 1v2s this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like we
I
have
don't
to
think
try
so.
it.
I don't think so. You know, maybe.
It's like Jamie saying the word Yasuo is still funny to
It's
me.
like, if I'm standing on my Echo and I don't try to dodge the tornado, maybe I'm up to something.
Yeah. Yep. Just maybe.
Just maybe.
Change in behavior has got to set off. Like,
A lot of people don't realize that though.
one of the
The
most
change in
fundamental
behaviors.
parts, yeah, one of the most fundamental parts to mechanics that people kind of miss is just pattern recognition. So everybody has patterns. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy. That back goes through still. Holy.
I have that a couple of times recently where I should have canceled that back, but it still went through.
You
I don't know
can
if that's
cancel
just me.
like the last half second. Well, with damage anyway.
But yeah, patterns. Patterns are super important. And that's how you're going to land more skill shots. That's how you're going to know when things are going bad. Patterns will tell you more about the enemy team than anything else.
When we were doing our 1v1 yesterday, I learned that when I throw my Q, you like to E and then walk in. So I just kept canceling it earlier.
Yeah, and you tuned into that, and I even mentioned that. I was like, wow, you're tuning into me. That was super annoying.
Yeah, there's a few levels to patterns. There's one, just recognizing. Two is actually making them repeat their own pattern. Basically, mind
Right.
controlling them is what I say.
And then
Yeah.
the opponent will try to do the same thing, which when both of you are doing it at a high level, now there's like an extra layer.
Yeah. Again,
So it's-
levels to this.
Yeah, yep. Wow, this is just crazy. This game has been like really low quality. Or not low quality, but Showmaker is not show making. You know what I mean?
He's
He's
not
showing
making a
us
show.
Showmaker ain't be the playmaking maker.
Yeah, so this is
Putting
this
on
is
a
it.
show, but it's
So it's like
He what else is
didn't.
he supposed to do?
He's not following our hypothesis, right? Our hypothesis was we wanted him to kind of shove and roam and fight in the river with the Yasuo and kind of fight with the Vi and whatnot. He's not doing that, and he's not winning. He's losing to the Yasuo right now. Interesting, right? So it's like, how could he have followed our
Yasuo
pattern a
in the
little
way
bit
is a
harder?
bit mad.
Instead of pathing bot, just shoving that next wave and then following the
Yeah,
jungle.
he could have shoved and gone top in lane. He should have respected the bounce back so he doesn't have to burn flash so he can be a little bit more aggressive. He shouldn't be throwing max range charms so that he can step up to the wave. Like, these are all things that, like, oh, he's not following our hypothesis correctly, right? And it's not going well for him.
But he's
Now-
a Korean
Something I-
challenger, so he must have a reason, does he not?
So sometimes people have different hypotheses and they're just wrong. Like, he just might be bad in this matchup. Like, he might just not know this matchup. Now, maybe by the end of the game, Showmaker's going to be 100-0, and then we're going to be like, wait, maybe our idea was wrong. You know what I mean? So it's important to kind of...
Something I noticed a lot, like I watched some VODs from Chovy playing Ahri as well, and he doesn't roam as much as we suggest here either. He
And it
plays a
depends
lot
on the
more lane
matchup.
and solo kills.
It depends on the matchup. So, like, solo killing Yasuo as Ahri, pretty much impossible if the Yasuo has a brain.
And you have to consider if it's Chovy. Chovy is a lane player. Chovy plays way more for lane than any other players. So
And it shows that you can lose and still win the game.
True.
Or come back at least.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, and this Yasuo is just gapping us. I mean, he's just...
This Yasuo
he's
is
putting us in,
clean.
like, this is insane.
Holy. This is what Yasuo players in my games think they look like.
Yeah, bro.
And then they just end up going 0-29.
This was me. You know when Leo gave me $10? That was me, literally.
Yeah, or something.
Or something like
Like,
that.
maybe I didn't watch that game for a reason. A bit scared of my points.
Holy.
It's like
my
there
goodness,
was
Yasuo
never a
is-
question that you guys were gonna lose that game.
I tried my hardest too. It's the crazy.
I know, Tech played so well. I felt like genuinely bad after that one. But I had $10, so I like wiped my tears
Oh, you
away
should
with
have
the
seen
$10.
me ego inting Tex Norm's game. Really. It was
Holy.
so bad. I was 22-7 Echo Jungle. I just kept like egoing.
Yeah, what Purgence is saying in Twitch chat here is 100% correct. He's saying just because he's Challenger doesn't mean he's always playing correctly. And Challenger players, exactly what your or 2% said. Chovy's a lane player, so he's going to tend to play more 1v1 focused, even if that's just wrong, right? Like if you're playing Ahri versus Yasuo, you can't play for the 1v1. Chovy's gonna try anyways. You know what I mean? So
A man after my own heart.
the important thing is when you're below, I would say like Diamond 2, maybe Diamond 4, you can just emulate the challengers and it'll be better than whatever you're doing. But when you get to a point that you fully start to understand all of the basics, you can start to challenge what these guys are doing. And here we can say like Chovy is the worst performing player on his team right now. Like this is kind of crazy. And it's not really close. He's
Don't
getting
say
like
that in
mega
Reddit,
gaps.
though. They're gonna cry.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, the gold players can be like, oh, but he's challenger Korea.
He's my goat, bro.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I'm better than Showmaker for real.
Okay.
It's like even Nice couldn't hit Challenger in Korea.
Even Nice.
Even
That's-
Nice is actually a crazy statement. Oh wait, that Ken is. Someone shows down that, please.
Yeah, no, this Kennon's insane. This vibe's insane. We got a winner's cube bot, bro. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Nah, this Kennen is clean.
Holy shit.
But
How-
Zamfist, the champion, is weak.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because Kennon like actually gets played right now. So like,
Yeah, he's
Sam
like
can actually.
in all of my comp trials, they literally call Kennen a Z tier top laner. I'm like, what
Mhm.
is this? So used to hearing Kopich.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like 6 months ago when Kennon wasn't being picked, like the cope was at least like it didn't have a good defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh.
Bro, Chovy's just
Bro got
sprinting it,
bombed.
man. Like, he is just sprinting it. Yikes.
Is this the right VOD or not?
Oh boy. So this is really interesting. This is where like we had a hypothesis. He followed it in the beginning, but he broke our hypothesis at wave 3, never really picked it back up, and it's just straight inting.
Epitome of tech locker games.
That's
Like-
me right there. That's me.
It's literally us. It's so relatable.
I'm literally just like Showmaker, bro.
Yeah, like this
I
is
think
this is
Jamie
interesting.
clicked him ItsWatR on accident by the middle of this.
Okay.
Bro, Hippie is Challenger Korea is what Leo's trying to say. And Leo knows
Or
it in his
something
heart.
like that.
It's like the Leo Hemi marriage is coming soon.
I know, it's something alright.
It's like we're divorced.
They actually act like an old married couple that got divorced but are still good friends, you know?
Yeah, but a little bit more than friend. You know what I mean?
Or something like that.
Or something like that.
Holy. And now he's backing while his team. Oh, he's TP. Okay, that's fair. Very good
And
TP.
still
Playing on
skill.
tempo.
Or not. Try to still.
Nah, Showmaker's too kind. And the flash! The E flash! Okay.
There was some
Interesting.
anger in that flash.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit tilted. And this just goes to show good Yasuos make everybody cry, so, you know. We all get it.
Yes, sir.
So that's just Yasuo's make everybody.
Dude,
cry,
if there
because when I
were,
got a
if
bad
there
one
was an
on my team, I'm
abundance of good
crying as
Yasuos,
well.
the game would suck.
Yeah,
No,
it's pain.
like if there's a Yasuo in the game, someone in that game is gonna cry. It's either the Yasuo or the enemy.
Or Yasuo's team.
Yeah, it's either Yasuo's teammates or Yasuo's lane opponent.
It's like,
Yeah.
why not just become enemy team Yasuo? You know what I mean? Just put the time in.
It's like, that's how we get hard stuck right there. That's
Yeah.
it.
I've seen like the Yasuo arc is like they hit diamond faster than any other champion I've ever seen, and then they sit in diamond longer than any other champion I've seen.
Shucks. Weird
Bro,
ass.
Showmaker is just getting abused. One thing that I do like from this is when your enemy team has a weak link, focus that weak link. The only way that enemy team wins here is by perma killing Showmaker. Now, Showmaker's on Ahri, so it's really hard to kill Ahri on repeat.
Probably why it's his highest win rate.
Yeah, probably. That is the beauty of Ahri, though. You get to play hyper aggressive and still be safe. Like, that is why Ahri is such a good solo queue champion.
What if I told you I didn't press order on my food and it's just been sitting on purchase?
No way.
It's doomed.
Oh, most sensible Yasuo ult.
And we just close this game out. Okay, so that was a really interesting Pro VOD to watch because it was like we had an idea and he didn't follow through on the idea and he chain inted. So it's like interesting, right? That's how when you're watching high level VODs, you want to approach it. You want to make sure that you have your own perspective that you can compare to the other person's perspective. Some good things to take away is he played hyper aggressive in the beginning. He played hyper aggressive even in the mid game because he had that ult and those E's. Really, really good stuff. Some things to think about and to kind of ask about the gameplay is he didn't follow our hypothesis. Why not? And how could he have? Now, I think he didn't because he just got gapped. But did you guys see anything that he could have done to follow our hypothesis a little bit better? And we, Tech talked about it. Coming back mid, pushing this again. Not casting max range charms when the opponent's at full HP for zero reason. Because that takes away your threat on the wave, right?
Don't go weak side.
Yeah, don't roam on your weak side. Things like this are all things that will help reinforce a better game plan. Okay, any questions from this one? All right, so that was only 30 minutes. Let's do the Vel'Koz one, and then we'll do VODs. We'll do
It's in VODs.
Do we have time for the Kindred one out there?
If literally nobody has VODs, but I do want to get 1 or 2 Academy VODs in after this one. And then we'll do jungle next week. All right.
Are you going today or no?
If you're on late tonight, I'll ask. But
yeah, I'll be on like all night because
all right.
Solo queue.
Yo, Jimmy. So there's a reward on your Twitch channel, 25,000 points to get a custom Discord role, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What if I pay 25,000 points to remove someone's custom Discord role?
Moobot wanted to make that role much worse. I gave you guys the censored version. You're welcome.
No fucking way.
Do you have any idea of what it could have been, perhaps?
I don't know. Ask Moo. I've marked it out of my brain.
He's training. We say it in a random session, not today.
Holy. Anyways. So, we got the same thing going on. We got Mr. Vel'Koz versus Irelia. This matchup is a whole lot of something. Actually, this is backwards. I should write Vel'Koz on the Vel'Koz side. So, let's come up with a hypothesis.
Like CBT.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun. So here, let's write first few waves. Let's write pre-6. Let's write post-6. Okay, so Gobsters, you're on lead this time. What's our start us off with wave 1? How are we thinking?
Slow push. And then hit 2 and immediately crash the second wave and go ward.
Okay. So Irelia is tricky because she can actually all in level.
I would
let
her get pushed, or
I would say slow push. No, I would not let anybody get pushed ever.
You can't
unless you're playing an assassin.
Yeah.
But
see, I'm an assassin player.
So slow push is good with the caveat of don't get all in. We have to respect passive. Respect passive. And then I absolutely love it. Wave 2, we're going to crash again while respecting passive. And then wave 3 is going to bounce. So we're going to respect that. She's probably going to crash 4. We're going to let it, most likely. And then the rest of pre-6. What's the general goal?
Keep Prio, stay away from her.
Yeah, so stay away from her is massive.
Probably can't keep Prio, actually.
If you keep Prio on her side, she gets to all in, which is super scary. Yeah. So there's kind of a balance here. So stay away. And I would say ideally we want it mostly in the middle with slight prio. So I'm gonna write super slight prio. Like you just want enough that you can cast your spells freely. But you don't want the wave to be on her side all the time, or you will get all in and you'll have to burn flash. And then post 6, what's our idea?
I think post 6, you just destroy waves and walk away. You do not interact.
I love that. Yeah,
And
opt
I
out of
don't wanna
interaction.
I don't want to go in the river at all with her and Echo.
Shove, no interaction. Exactly. Yep. And then we're just playing for the late game team fights, right? We got the Kog'Maw, we got the Milio, we got the Malphite. So shove, opt out of interaction. This is a pretty common game plan, post 6, by super hard scaling champions. In a game where you're under very high threat, it's kind of the same thing. You're gonna, you do the same thing that a Vigar or a Corki or an Asol would do here. So this is our hypothesis. I like this. Let's see how it goes. See how it goes. All right. Irelia also has TP, which is nice. So hopefully we're not going to die right away. Yeah, okay. Well, I kind of missed the beginning of wave 1.
He doesn't go anywhere near her. He lets it come back to him.
Yeah, he's not even trying to touch it. Now, that may be because he is scared of the passive.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of with why he's doing it.
Which is all good. The nice part about this, so let's see how this develops. She's gonna get 2. He's gonna let this crash. What's the next wave gonna look like?
It's a cannon wave.
Yep.
But
which
he's
way is
got
it
a
gonna be
lot more
pushing?
minions. I feel like it's still pushing towards the not
Towards
anymore.
Irelia.
Yeah, it's
Now
this
it's
wave
bouncing
is
back.
turning around. Yep. So this wave's gonna be going towards Irelia. So he has just created slight prio. This is a consistent way to create slight prio. So if you're playing against somebody super high threat and you're trying not to die wave 1, this is how you can force prio at a point. And now I'm guessing we're gonna see some good Qs or some good Ws. Yeah.
I don't think he's even tried to Q her yet, like at all.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet. He's still not. He's just keeping the prio. This is actually really interesting because you know what this looks like to me? This looks like our post 6 game plan, in effect, straight from level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really, really interesting. He just doesn't want to play the game. He just wants to hang out until late game.
That's what I was thinking.
Which is completely fine. Now we got to ask, why is he doing that? And is it better than what we want to do? So why is he doing it?
The only thing I could think of is he doesn't think he can beat her in a 1v1, and he definitely doesn't want to try with Echo.
Yeah, so these guys are super high threat. So they're scary to fight in a 1v1. But also, our team is super low threat. So we don't have a lot to gain from the 1v1. So he's looking for the team fight, right? That's his idea. He's going to just chill and not play lane until we get to the Kog'Maw, Milio scaling, the Malphite team fight, all that. So that's the idea. And we're just going to keep watching. We're going to see, do we like it more than we like our plan? Which I like it. It takes a lot of patience. This, I love this. This is very active. We're talking about activity. This is what we're talking about. He's on his strong side. He's making sure that if Echo shows here, he just dies. Very good stuff. Yep, he's just going to let the wave come and he is just vibing. Wow, he's in the opt-out of interaction right away. And the Echo gank. And nobody has died yet. What region is this? Oh, this is EUS Master. Okay. Yeah, definitely. You can tell it's not Korean because it's 0-0 at 4 minutes. Okay. That ward was freaking dumb. He just made a mistake that you guys make all the time. What's the mistake?
He doesn't
That
really
cat
need
can
it.
get past the wood.
No, I mean, that's not the point.
He doesn't really need it right now. His whole team's bot side.
Yeah, exactly. He's warding his weak side. We talk about this all the time. You saw Echo walk this way, and your jungle's this way. Why the piss would you walk into the 1v2? It makes zero sense. This is really freaking dumb.
I think the only ward that maybe could have made sense if you're worried about the tower dive would be just to ward raptors over the wall, you know?
Yeah.
Why would you not just lean on this bottom side and you're chilling?
Because you still die to the tower dive, I feel. Like, even if you lean.
Sure, the
Not
level
at
4
all.
Echo
If
was
you're
gonna tower dive.
100% health against level 4 Echo, yeah, you're chilling, especially if you lean on the opposite side. And that's what you should do. This is a mistake that you guys make all the time. One of my biggest pet peeves. People are like, oh, I saw the Echo go top, so I have to ward top side. It's like, no. You know he's there. So lean on the bottom side. You don't even need top vision. Like, you know that's where the gank's coming from. But here's proof that even, you know, master EUS players make that mistake and that it doesn't work. It's bad. It's bad. And now he has to back and he has no TP. Now he might get tower dove. And this ward doesn't have. Oh boy. Hate this ward. Okay, the Gragas is coming through to bail us out. It's definitely not great. Kind of having this this Gragas pressure mid.
Amelia's here too.
Ooh, and Irelia's gonna die here. Very nice.
First blood at 5 minutes. Most Korean server of all time, for sure.
Yeah, what in the Western server
That's
am I watching? Okay, so how are we feeling about this game so far?
I would
Looks
say
good.
it's boring, but the proper way to play against this team.
Yeah, I would agree. It looks very boring, but red side is dominating. They're even in gold. Actually, they're down about a kill worth of gold, which is kind of funny because they're up a kill. I mean, a lot of that is from the top CS. But, yeah, hard winning. This game should be pretty easy as long as, like, if we skip to 10 minutes and they're, like, still within a kill of each other, red side is hard chilling here. Hard chilling. Okay, this will be yikes.
Wait, this is a bit strange, isn't it?
This is really strange. Oh, I guess he knows he's level 6 and he knew how low health they were. He had good information gathering. Okay. Nice, he gets the double kill. Yeah, we didn't get to see how low they were from this angle, but he must have decided that there's no way he can die with them being this low.
I just FF if I die to a Vel'Koz roam.
That's real.
Yeah, this game should be pretty much over now that we're getting towards that 10-minute mark, and we actually get first dragon as well. Oh my goodness, this game is just over. Mr. Vel'Koz is big smurfing. So we actually have a word for like perma conceding and then opting out of interaction. What do we call this? Or a phrase?
I thought it was losers mental.
Yeah, it's playing to not lose. Why does it work?
Because he's
because
just
we're
better.
Scalar.
Because if they don't
Irelia
lose,
wants to 1v1 us.
yeah, exactly. If they don't lose, we are hard winning, right? They have to win really, 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 really hard to carry this game. Let's just not lose. So, what's the concept? Like there's a concept here that we can use in our own games.
All right,
Interaction, enemy team, just don't die.
Yeah, exactly. If we have low threat scaling team versus high interaction, high threat enemy team, loser's game is actually good. Yeah, because it's hard to lose. It's hard to lose. And then Gobs, we learned a wave pattern from this. If you want to opt out, like, okay, so here, let's break this down for Gob's benefit. If we're really trying to opt out of interaction, you can concede wave 1, let 2 crash, and then when 3 comes, this is the bounce, you're going to burn this, and then also have it crash. And what you're doing is, and then wave 4 will bounce back to you. You're reducing the amount of time that the wave is like on the enemy's side. You're keeping it on your side, and you're just vibing. And then once you have the wave clear, you just burn every wave. So it's interesting little beginning wave pattern.
I don't know that I've ever tried doing that, so we'll try it.
I think Vel'Koz is in a strong position to do this strategy in general because you have an ability that allows you to last hit from immense range.
Yeah, only do it.
Because normally if you do this, you sometimes have to concede some CS. But Vel'Koz
did concede CS, by the way.
Did he?
Yes. Quite a few actually.
Oh, okay.
It ends up just being okay because you outscale.
Looked like he was hitting it all to me. I guess I didn't see properly.
He missed enough to be noticeable for an EUS master. But for you guys, yeah, it's completely fine. Anyways. Yeah, don't do this for funsies. When are we doing this? When does this work?
When
we don't want to fight their team.
Yeah, so against very high threat mid jungle 2v2, and you have the scaling team. Those two things have to both be true, or we shouldn't do it. But if they're both true, this is a good opener. Okay, we go for another bottom roam. I actually love this, taking the big fights with the Kog'Maw and everything.
Oh, close.
That's so sad. Barrier and the Milio. Sheesh. Oh, good spacing on the Echo ult.
Holy.
Really good spacing on the Echo ult.
That would have tilted me to the moon.
Wow, that was scary. Yeah, and now we're at 10 minutes. We're actually down 1,000 gold. Again, pretty much all of that is top lane where we have Malphite. Right, so it's like this game's pretty much over. Red side should win this super handily, I think.
Oh, what is this Gragas build? What is he cooking?
She's playing to not lose.
What's the one-liner description of Milio gameplay? He's an enchanter, so think Lulu. Think Lulu or Nami. Similar idea. So like enchanter plus scaling ADC, very scary stuff. Very big team fighting. Very good scaling. Yikes. Okay, Samira getting strong does make games scary. And now we're just gonna burn the wave. Very cool stuff. Force the Irelia TP. Awesome. Playing this champion in solo queue is difficult because so much chaos goes on around you. And Vel'Koz is not very good at dealing with chaos. But he's going to come in and he's going to slam these guys with skill shots. Yeah, he has to play so far away, which is tricky.
Oh, that's vile.
No shots.
Guys, that champion's busted, guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Unfiltered.
Their team's actually scary with all these kills they have.
Yeah.
Our team started to fight too much. Oh, yikes.
Surely he lives.
Yeah, blue side has been doing a good job of increasing the amount of kills. And that's actually making the game a little bit tricky. I hate this Renekton build, by the way. What on earth? Is he building Black Cleaver next?
Yeah, so his Vel'Koz can kill the Malphite, for sure.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, in this game, when they just have a bunch of hyper carries, you just go Prowlers and just kill their backline.
Yeah.
And you have ult, so it's not like you're getting one shot.
Yeah.
This Renekton build's gonna fall off really hard. It sounds weird saying the Black Cleaver build's gonna fall off really hard, but...
Because it's just Renekton, right?
Yeah, it's just on Renekton, and it's just hitting the Malphite. Like, really? Your game plan here is to kill Malphite? Really, dude? I don't think that's...
One thing you can do is, like, maybe kill Vel'Koz. Maybe kill Milio, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he has the time, he can kill whoever, but if you go Prowlers, you have very high threat.
No, I mean, with Prowlers, like, that's your job.
Oh, yeah. You kill everybody. Literally all of the hyper carries, right? Gragas is building support. Kog'Maw's not going to have a tank item for years.
But also, you're Renekton into Vel'Koz. It's kind of rough. I feel like.
Oh, boy. Our Vel'Koz, or our Kog'Maw died. Oh, that Echo ult is nasty.
Yes, sir. I'm rooting for the Echo.
Oh, no. Yeah, our ADC died, so it's really tough to kind of play this out. But we also just got hit by the Echo ult. It's kind of funny. This Vel'Koz is getting coped into fighting. This guy just died. We should just be burning another wave mid and just chilling, right? If we can just, like, we're 2 dragons from Soul. If we can just force a 5v5 at Baron, like, we're big chilling. But he's getting coped into fighting because his teammates are fighting all the time. Happens all the time. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay, Dragon's up in 3 minutes, Baron's up in 3 minutes. So, until then, hopefully, our team just kind of hangs out and chills. I guess unless we want a 5v5 on Herald, but can't imagine that's what we do. Because we don't want to fight. Until Kog'Maw at least gets another item or 2. Yeah, we just give it. You can see Gragas and Kog'Maw are pinging the dragon. They're thinking exactly what we're thinking. Now, as long as they don't get coped into fighting again, they should be good to go. Vel'Koz is going to get one shot by the Echo ult. Oh, the barrier is not enough. And we're getting coped into fighting again. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I feel like this always happens. This is actually the master, like, this is such a stereotypical master game where one team drafts full scaling, one team drafts full fight, and the full scaling team perma-fights the early game team. That's like, what the fuck? The first 10 minutes of this game went great. Actually, that's not true. The first 7 minutes of this game went great. And then they just randomly turned on the fighting for no reason. It's the only way you lose is by taking dumb fights like this. Yuck.
Are we gonna talk on that hitbox?
On what hitbox?
That Nautilus hook.
Oh, yeah. Nautilus hook is a little bit vile. Okay, this Kog'Maw is kind of clean with it. Will this game drag out long enough, or will blue side be able to close it out? They're gonna need to like force Baron early. Ooh, this looks so juicy. Oh, maybe not. We don't have ult.
His ult's on cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we play too far up, they have some very scary engage. With the Echo, Irelia, Renekton, Samira, Nautilus. You know, literally all of their champions. Nice. Irelia doesn't know that Vel'Koz ult does true damage.
That's right.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting decision by Irelia there.
When did they change Vel'Koz ult to do 3 damage? Because
think
I
it's
swear to
passive.
God, it was
I think it's
always
always
the
been that
mark.
way.
No, it was the mark. No?
No, the passive does not do true damage, or the alt does not do damage.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's the passive.
Yeah, it's passive. Goddamn.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what?
But the ult is like basically effectively true damage.
Wait, Vel'Koz ult is just procs the mark, no?
No,
It does do
it does, but it also does true damage if they've recently been dealt damage by the mark.
So you want to combo them and then ult?
Correct.
Okay. And if you don't, it's AP damage and procs the
And
mark.
It's poop.
But after it procs the mark, it does true damage anyway, no?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So if red team can win, or blue team can win this fight and get Dragon or Baron, chance of them winning is very high. This is probably the most important part of this game. Okay. Bit of a misclick moment, I think, by the Vel'Koz. That's okay. We're getting mid prio, then we're kind of rotating to the objective early so we get lots of poke. This is how these siege comps like to do it. Making sure they have vision control. They have safe spots to stand against the engage. Get a nice poke as the enemy team tries to walk in and contest the vision. Yeah, there we go. This is... Oh, the flash is kind of vile. Yuck. That's gonna make it tricky. Yeah, Vel'Koz doesn't have TP, which makes these situations even more tricky, but they're just hanging on. And the longer they hang on, the harder this game gets for blue side. Oh, and they're trying to pick Malphite, but I think Malphite's gonna be fine because he's Malphite. Does Vel'Koz have ult? We do not right now. But it doesn't matter because we're going to clean it up. And this is probably the nail in the coffin for blue team. Yeah, now we can pressure Baron. Now we have just fully outscaled and we are just hard chilling, dude. We are just hard chilling. Yeah, this game's super easy. To close it out, they're going to be nice and disciplined. Hopefully, yeah, we're going to play with our team. Do you see how Vel'Koz is moving to his team first? Like, it's really, really important to play with the team. And we're kind of waiting for Kog'Maw, chilling.
I think the other thing too, besides when he ganked, I don't think I ever saw him go bot lane. He was almost always mid when he would come back.
Yeah, so he would always play through mid, kind of out like this. Yep,
Mhm.
even in the mid game. Yeah. And this is actually a really interesting conversation. Here, I'm going to skim through this and we're going to talk about this. I want to make a video on this idea. So I'm going to talk about it to you guys so I can kind of get my ideas more clarified. Yeah. And they'll take dragon and they just siege mid. Nice. Very, very, very good stuff. The tricky thing was from like the 7-minute mark to like the, I don't know, probably 16, 17-minute mark. Blue team just fought too much for no reason. When you're playing the scaling team fight team, you want to force fights on very scary stuff like objectives or barons or sieging towers through mid. You don't want to be fighting in the river or just kind of skirmishing for no reason. But if your team is doing that, you kind of have to play with your team. So if your whole team's gonna do some stuff, Vel'Koz, you try to get what you can. But let's talk about why Vel'Koz plays through mid and why Ahri doesn't really quick. And then we'll get into some Academy VODs if you guys have them.
Because he's very slow.
That's one reason. It's definitely
also-
a lot more complicated than that.
It's like the angle he wants to come into the fight is different than the angle to Ahri.
Yeah. So the most fundamental part of macro is you want to take up as much space as you can. As much space as you can. So the further that you can go, the better it is for you generally. Like that's what macro is. It's just going as far as you can on the map. So then the question becomes, why do some mid lane champions go through mid and why do some take up space in the side lane? Well, it's because Vel'Koz, the angle that he wants to play the fights, the angle that he wants to kind of be safe from, mid lane complements that. And his job is to kind of go mid and out like this. Right? Because he has poke and he's going to do it all at max range and he's going to stay in the short lane where he can stay a little bit safer. Where a champion like Ahri, if Ahri comes mid, she's not going to be able to push. She doesn't have the range, she doesn't have the safety. She doesn't have the front to back damage. So Ahri has to create space in the side lane where she can push out, she can be much deeper on the map, she can flank here. So I'm going to draw in two different colors. Our mid lane front to back champions like to do this. Boom, boom, boom. Our assassins and our burst mage players like to do this. Side lane into flank into this. Does the difference make sense? And why side lane and why Vel'Koz goes mid? Yeah, I want to make a video on this because like the general idea is you're trying to take up as much space as possible. Vel'Koz can't take up space in the side lane because of the way he wants to approach fights, because of the way he wants to push waves, because he doesn't want to get he doesn't want to 1v1 in the side lane. He doesn't want to kind of play for that pick stuff. But Ahri does want all of those things, and she is much safer, and she can handle getting ganked by 3 people. And she has the wave clear, and she has the 1v1 potential. And that's how you're going to know if a champion wants to play through mid or through the side lane. Right? You take a champion like Zed, is he going to be able to take up space in mid lane?
No.
No, yeah, not at all. Only spot he can take up space is in the side lane. So that means he can never be mid lane. There's some champions that are kind of in the middle. It's like, it's situational what they do. Actually, everything macro related in this game is relative. So if we take Victor generally speaking, where does Victor like to take up his space?
Mid lane.
Through mid. Yep. But now, let's say we have Victor versus Veigar. Ooh. Now what does Victor do? And why?
He wants to go around the Veigar cage, right?
Yeah, he wants to play around. So if you want to play around, are you going to go through mid lane?
No.
Hell no. You're going to come up to the side lane and you're going to play around. And that's actually a really good way to think about it. Champions that like to go through mid like to go through the enemy team. Champions that like to go in the side lanes like to play around the enemy team. I really like that verbiage, Eli. Thank you.
What about Victor versus Rise?
Victor would much rather go through Rise in the team fight. So Victor will try to play through mid. Rise is going to try to pull Victor away, and it's going to be whoever does that better. right? Rise doesn't want to take a 5v5. Rise wants to rotate around and run around like a madman. So Rise wants to go around. Victor wants to go through. Rise will play in side lane. Victor will play through mid. And that's kind of how you can think about it. Does your champion want to go around the enemy team or through them? And that's going to decide kind of where you go. That's same thing happens in other lanes, right? Tanks. Do they want to go around or through? Typically.
Ooh.
Yeah, typically they want to go through. So they're going to go through mid lane. Fiora. Is Fiora going to want to go around or through?
Yeah. Around.
No, she's not going through anything. Like if she just walks straight into the Vel'Koz, like she's getting just railed by Qs and ADC autos, and it's a nightmare. Now, these champions that go around can flank into the fight, but they don't go through outwards. They go around inward. That makes sense? So she goes around.
I mean, Fiora like doesn't really want to come to the fight. But...
Yeah, and she
she's
actually
not at the
can
fight, actually.
flank into the fight, but you flank into it around the fight. You don't come in through the front to back. And then we can do the same thing with like ADCs. Do ADCs want to go around or through? Well, actually, there are some ADCs that are different. Let's actually be specific. What about
Depends on
Kog'Maw?
the ADC.
What about Kog'Maw?
Kog'Maw through.
Everyone wants to go through. What about Vayne?
I think she prefers around, but I guess she's
It's really tricky.
Through.
So generally,
She's both,
ADCs
she's
pretty
both,
much
actually.
always want to go through, but of the ADCs that can go around, Vayne is at the top of that list. Like she
what about
can.
Kai'Sa?
More than like Tristana. I'd say Tristana's like at the top, no?
No,
Vayne.
not when she plays
No.
ADC.
Okay.
She's near that list, so is like Lucian. Those champions are near it, but ADCs just generally as a class like to go through. There will be situations.
Kai'Sa?
Yep, same thing. She's in the same kind of class of champion. It's Trist and Vayne and them. They still prefer to go through, but if there's a weird situation, they can go around. If they play a different lane, then they can start to go around a little bit more because they're better. You're not missing an ADC role in the mid lane. Like if you play Vayne top, she will always go around. Okay, so yeah, this is an idea that I want to turn into a video, so I just kind of want to get these ideas down. All right. Let me catch up on Twitch chat. What's up, Charn? How you doing, dude?
The legend Charn.
Yeah, how you doing, man? Hopefully he's still here. He may not be here, but hello, Charn. Thoughts on Inspiration second over Resolve on Victor? I used to do it all the time. It's a little bit less lane bully, so I don't like it because I play very like lane dominant. But if you're kind of just chilling, that's fine. It's probably better for scaling. And by probably, I mean it is. All right. Any VODers in chats?
I have a question.
Okay, what's up?
So you said you didn't like Relentless or Ultimate Hunter.
No,
So
I don't mind it. I take it half my
When do you
games.
go Relentless versus Ultimate? Is my question.
So let's actually think about what Ultimate Hunter does. Ultimate Hunter gives you haste, right? So it gives you ult, CDR basically. So when is this most valuable? Like, what do you need to use this extra seconds earned? What has to be true?
Have to get kills.
No, it doesn't matter
You have
because
to
for
be an
every
ult-centered champion like Malphite.
Yeah.
you have to ult on
cooldown
cooldown because there are some champions that need their ult, but they still don't ult on cooldown.
Like Twisted Fate needs his ult, but he's not ulti on cooldown.
Yeah, so ult on cooldown is really, really important. There's some champions that cannot play the game without their ult. Or there are some champions that will start every single fight with their ult. And I'll come back to an example after the second point. What's something else? Does ult CDR? Let's say we're building haste. Would a champion like Yasuo build haste, assuming it worked on his Q?
I mean,
Good question.
How valuable
No,
would
it's
haste be
such
for
a-
you?
not really.
It's already
It's
such
not
a short cooldown.
Yeah, it's already such a short cooldown. You reduce less
It's not
time,
worth-
right?
Yeah.
So you need a big cooldown.
Yeah.
So you
It
need
needs to be like 120 seconds ish.
Yeah, exactly. So you need a long ult cooldown. So you need a long ult that gets cast like all of the time. You need a long importance ultimate. So what champion There's a champion that is like perfect for that. Yeah! Karthus feels both of these. He will start every single fight with his ult. He just starts fights with his ult. He just hits it. He just hits it to start
I thought he ends it like when he's dead already.
The bad ones do. But the good ones start
He ends
it.
it.
Yeah.
High elo, he starts it.
So he's going to cast his ult every single time. And his ult cooldown is like 5 years. So it's like, Karthus is the ultimate hunter champion. Anyways, I talk about it a lot on Ahri. There are some games that Ahri cannot play without her ult. It's against teams that are very high threat. So in high threat, fast-paced games, I will take ultimate hunter.
Like into J4 shit like that.
Yes, exactly. If they have assassin made assassin jungle engage support, I'm taking ultimate hunter.
Okay, I have a question. Kiana, I see everyone going ultimate hunter, but I personally feel like the movement speed one feels better.
Yeah, Relentless is what I think.
I love Relentless. I think Relentless is very
so
underrated.
Good,
But again, Kiana,
such a powerful ultimate.
Yeah.
It's team fight winning.
And every time you have your ultimate, you can make a play with it. So that's the point. So if you have this long cooldown that you can reduce the cooldown on it, you just increase the amount of times you can force good plays.
I mean,
which is really good.
Sometimes there isn't one right answer, right? I remember I used to main Evelyn, and among high elo Evelyn players, there was always this debate: do you want to maximize your ult up time, or do you want to maximize movement speed? And some would say, well, Evelyn has enough movement speed if you play it correctly. And then others would say, well, yeah, but with the extra movement speed, we can make plays that we couldn't make before. So I'm not sure if there is like a cut and dried answer in certain cases.
This is an Echo thing too, but
a lot of it is preference, yeah, because 99% of RA players take Ultimate Hunter, but I don't, and I think it's not great. Exactly for what you're saying. It's like, if I know I'm not going to use my ult on cooldown, and I don't need it to be a champion, I'm not taking Ultimate Hunter, because it's just freaking useless. It doesn't increase the amount of threat.
Auto attack to kill somebody. Like,
but if you're playing Evelyn and you know that you cannot play without your ultimate in a certain game for whatever reason, like, you have to take Ultimate Hunter. But if you know that you don't necessarily need ult to play, maybe you get more value out of the movement speed. And one thing about movement speed, if you ask all of the challengers you know what the most important stat is, I believe most of them will say movement speed. And that's been my experience. Because with movement speed, you can space better, you can you have more opportunity to mechanically express, you can move the map faster, right? So you can rotate faster. Like, movement speed is the core to beating somebody. So I think Relentless Hunter is underrated. And for some champions in some situations, I think Ultimate Hunter is overrated. But as Proto's saying, it's mostly preference. It's not going to completely change your rating if you do the right one. Theoretically right one. But I do want this conversation to happen because too many people default to Ultimate Hunter when it doesn't make sense. That's like, definitely, if you're confident you don't need your ult, Relentless is good. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, of course. Yes.
What's up?
It's about Ultimate Hunter, Udia. No, here.
Banger.
I reply to my message so you can see it. This game, it's TRYND versus Aurelion Soul, but I'm against Kindred. So, like, what do you do? Let's start this way.
I perma-shoved and tanked everything. The dragon threw at me, gave him 2 billion stacks.
Fuck is that Kindred? Holy. They
Yeah,
deserve
freezing
to
vibes
lose.
because it's early game. Yeah, so there should be kind of a balance.
There was no balance.
It should be based on what your team is doing. So if you're playing this game, what side were you red side? I don't.
I think I was red side.
Okay, so if we're red side, and your Jinx is just farming and their wave's getting pushed and Echo's just full clearing and you're just vibing, then you freeze it all in. But if your Echo like wants to play the game and Jinx is pushing, like, then you push and you invade. You know what I mean? So there's not like, I'm not going to tell a Diamond 1 player to shove and roam every wave because that's just fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
That's what I did.
Come on, dude. So both of these are
On
correct.
blue side, what changes? Nothing. It's the same thing. It's just based on team comp, based on what my team is doing. Huh?
Yeah. Yep. So your team has a hyper scaling team. So I would tend to freeze a little bit more until Ravenous.
Don't they have 2 hyperscalers?
Yeah. So my kind of idea going into this game would be pre-6, I'm probably going to freeze it all in, and then post-6, I'm going to turn it up and run around and kill everybody. So that's kind of like what I would do this game. Or that would be my idea going into it. But of course it changes based on what's happening. Emil kind of hinted all the way.
No, it's all the Kindred actually. Should play the game.
Have you seen the new Tryndamere build?
No.
Check this out.
I never played Tryndamere now.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Okay, so you go Ravenous first, and then you go obviously you go Berserkers whenever you can, and then you go Zeal, and then the game's over. Like you win on it. It's just full build.
I don't know. I can see it. I did that, but
And then
then
you
I
can go-
went. No, I did that, but I went Phantom Dancer and what's the one with cooldown? And,
Yeah, Phantom Dancer freaking sucks. Essence Weaver's not bad. Don't build Phantom Dancer on this champ though.
I get the
Bro.
gold. What do you build then? If not Phantom Dancer?
You skip Zeal and you go like straight for IE or Hullbreaker or Eclipse.
Oh, you just sit on the Zeal.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
The Sheen into Eclipse is fine. But yeah, it's interesting. IE is really strong right now. Because they nerfed Navori.
Oh,
Navori's been...
Navori? Because I was planning to go Navori after.
Nah, it's been nerfed like 30 times. Especially if you're going Phantom Dancer with kind of this attack speed shit. Navori's really bad because you want to auto attack lots. So it's like...
Okay, but AP Tryndamere. It is
Alright,
like...
How do I... server mutes?
Let him cook.
We are good to go. No.
Maybe let him like bake, but like don't let him cook. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
Hey, what's up, Rat Take? Welcome to chat. How you
we'll
doing,
start
man?
with baking, and we'll see how we can do.
Oh,
Nash's Tooth, then the thing that reduces cooldown on crits, then
Yeah, because you beat
Whoa.
Cake before, so it makes sense.
You understand how Navori
Hey, thanks for the
works,
follow,
right?
man.
yeah,
You need more
but
crit
you-
to proc Navori.
Well,
yeah,
no,
but
Trynd
Tryndamere
literally...
gets crit
Oh, never
from
mind.
his passive.
I forgot he gets free.
Yeah, if you have
So-
Phantom Dancer and Navori, you're with full rage, you're at 80% crit. It's kind of crazy, actually.
That's a little...
Okay, one Q when you max fucking Fury, you heal full. It's crazy. The AP ratio on his Q is crazy.
Yeah, but
I've played
if you
Wizard
do damage?
Tryndamere a few times.
What,
in my
if you
day.
do damage also in all of this? So you go AD and you win the game.
Damage is
no, I have a
overrated.
question.
I actually have
I
a video
saw
for you.
Agrin
Zero
play
damage
classics.
Tryndamere.
No, can we not?
Moo, I need you to watch this and report back.
No, I seen it before. I know what it is.
Oh, man.
No, I wanted to ask you about the new item, the green spear, Spear of Shojin.
Yeah?
New item, by the way.
New item, wow.
There is Agurin that plays Kha'Zix. He builds full CDR, and then on top of that, he builds Shojin.
That's crazy.
He goes Gore Drinker, right?
He goes Gold Drinker, Black Cleaver, CDR
Hawker?
Boots,
Yeah.
Shojin.
Yeah, so the idea is you just get... Yeah,
Yeah.
you're super tanky.
Yeah, but okay, I understand the concept. But I understand that you're tanky and you have a lot of AD. But the CR of the Shojin is irrelevant, no? Because you reduce like half a second on most of your spells.
I think it's mostly for jump. No? I haven't seen it, so I don't
Jump
know.
is 6 seconds cooldown.
At rank
with
4?
Those items without the Navori.
Evolve, yeah.
Really, that's really interesting. What else would you build? What would be better?
Not the moment.
Is it for W?
Well, the idea is
W
when
is less cooldown
when
than
you're
D.
building tank and haste as an assassin, the idea is you just get more opportunities to jump in and out. So you just create more space.
Yeah.
So I would want to go look at it and see how much you're actually reducing each spell compared to how much value you could get from a different item. I don't know. I'd have to go look at it. I'm sure arguing what's his name? How do you say it?
He builds Tiamat 2, so it's more CDR. He builds the Last Whisper item that gives CDR.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
he builds that for the slow, but anyways.
But W is already a slow.
Yeah, that's true, but it slows extra.
Wait, no, it doesn't. It slows more if you have more slows. No, it's only the biggest slow, no?
No, they add multiplicatively, so it doesn't slow that much more, but it slows more.
Wait.
I'm pretty sure.
I think
When
they
did they
changed
change
that. Yeah, actually, yeah. You
It
sure
only
about that,
takes
Jamie?
the slowest slow.
Yeah, yeah. Because
takes
that
the
was
slowest
a
slow
change a
and,
couple of seasons ago.
The longest duration. So if you have a slow that lasts
Interesting.
1 second and it's 90%, and then the other is 60% for 2 seconds, it's 90% for 1 second and 60% for 1 second.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
This was changed
As far as I
didn't know
know, I'm not 100%
like 3 years
sure.
ago. No, I'm pretty sure you're right.
I
This
thought
was
they
changed.
added like really smally, so that would add to like a 91% slow. But I guess maybe
Maybe
I'm
they
delusional.
did.
Anyways. What's up, dude? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go look at it. That's something like that's a question that's so much better for practice tool. Because there's not a great answer. And when you're talking about like builds, it's also really important to kind of think about the practical application. So when you're playing a team fight, how does it feel to have the Shojin versus how does it feel to have a different item? That matters a lot. Anyways.
Kindred VOD went.
Well, how hyped are y'all for the lethality rework, by the way? Holy.
Any other questions? What?
The lethality rework that's coming mid-season.
He's talking about the champion. He's not talking about our cat. Our cat is named Zoe, Mubu, and my girlfriend thought you were talking about our cat.
Uh-oh.
Um,
If he was talking about the cat, we would have a lot of problems.
Question: Should I just
Actually,
switch
it's probably
to
better if we
jungle?
talk about the champion.
Yikes.
Yes.
Should I just switch to jungle and abuse Poppy before she gets nerfed?
Do you win on it?
I mean, I will with the current state that Poppy's in. I will.
If you think that you will have a 70% win rate or higher, you should do it. That's why I roll swap to mid. I thought mid laners with my elo cannot be this brain damaged, and I swapped to mid, and I was 70% win rate,
Right.
and I climbed 500
That's how I
elo in
feel
1
about
week.
junglers right now
and I
as a mid
stayed.
player.
So yeah, try it. Try it for 10
Yeah.
games. If you're not
Yeah.
70% win rate, come right back to mid. But if you
You
are,
should,
then great.
You should be like me and switch to jungle trust. It gives you 1,000
It's like, I've been
RP
thinking
instant.
about it low key.
Like try it and see how it feels.
I am literally playing jungle right now.
I wouldn't recommend on your main account, but I mean, screw it. Like I don't try it.
I mean, I
Yeah,
have
I'm not
I have
doing it on
another
main.
account I could play on as well. So
Unless
it's
my
not a
main hits
problem.
gold. If my main hits gold, then maybe.
But yeah, if you think it looks way simpler than people are making it, do it. People have kind of natural inclinations in this game. I'm not a natural top laner. I swapped to mid and the problems kind of just solve themselves a little bit.
We Kindred VOD or not?
Sure. Let's do the Kindred VOD.
Okay.
Do you have one for me, or should we just look one up?
I thought someone already had one.
No.
Oh. Man doesn't even come prepared.
Everybody
Nah,
else is
because I
ready,
thought we were
bro.
like, I thought Faker was coming when we heard Pro.
Oh,
VOD
I'm here. I'm
reviews.
right here, Tech. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Kindred Challenger. Insane 88% win rate in Korean jungle. What patch are we on?
13.8.
Kindred versus Eve, Korean Challenger. Okay, I like this. I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back before we get started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good night, Moo. Appreciate you hanging out, bro.
Coupe de Grace, huh?
Oop.
Coup de grace.
Coupe de Grace. That's what I said.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. I misheard you.
I said what I meant what I said.
It's like they should insta lose just because of the secondary.
That skin is disgusting.
It
Yeah,
is.
what is
I
it?
hate it.
What is that?
The lamb and wolf, whatever the fucking new skin is, it's so bad.
Oh, I guess
hate
it's like
it.
a Nyan Cat reference, right?
Yeah, it is. Trash.
See, I would already be half health. Lie.
Yeah.
Moo's gonna ask me when the next Mark spawns enemy champ. Like,
All
That
right.
was real. I saw that one. That's real.
So here,
wait, why did we
what
split
happened
bomb?
so
Are we
far?
about to- I would already be half health, by the way.
We kited 2 camps.
Okay, so we dropped some vision. We did not get red scanner, which is
Which is
interesting.
also, yeah, I see some people doing that. Like, they just don't like red for some reason. And
Yeah,
he's
I
like
people-
attacking
people doing that
because
in my
he's not
game
taking
too,
auto
it's a
attack.
different-
Yeah.
I don't
So
My understanding with Kindred is because she likes to invade quite often, very early. I think yellow trinket's more valuable to invaders. I think.
yeah. So what do you think she's doing right now, Tech?
She's probably about to go up to Gromp and then invade her at her red
Yeah.
because, yeah,
Yep.
Evelyn full clear, and then she's just gonna be like, oh, it's such
Yeah. The beauty of this is you can do this or you can do this, and we're getting an invade either way. You know what I mean?
yeah. So
And they
it's like-
picked Aphelios, so it's free win.
Is that why my junglers don't take red trinket, or is that different?
No, they don't take red trinket because they don't pay attention.
No, but explain how I
not taking red
I would
trinket
be
is
half
crazy.
health right now, though.
Yes, we've actually talked about this in our sessions. You take too much damage from calves. Yep. Very good stuff here.
But it's like, how did he kite the blue buff to the point where he just decided to not want to auto attack?
230.
He's using a lot of that space given to him. And we're going, no, we're a
I
little
would've
bit
flash smited.
late. And it's warded, and we don't know it's warded because we don't have fucking scanner. Oh, and we're gonna
Nope,
just
not
trade
the Evelyn
flashes
just
for
walks.
funsies. Yikes. Okay.
I guess.
But
Oh, no
the
scratch, she
beauty of this, because we know Evelyn's here, we're just up a camp and we can go play here. Okay, so since we have the Casio Prio, we are gonna stay.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
stay here too.
This poor Evelyn, dude. Holy.
No shot.
Yikers.
This is not.
Imagine trying to play
Know what I
a
mean?
full clear jungler.
Average
Exactly.
Korean game. So we give a kill to the enemy tank, and then we pull Tarek up top lane. So not bad. Now I wouldn't have stayed there because I would not want to trade 1-for-1. Me personally, not a trader, but ends up being all good. Ooh, now is Kindred going to pick the mark or pick the camps?
Always pick them up.
Freaking Mark.
Yeah, I think the first marks are pretty important. Ooh, and she's going to stay out of vision, which doesn't make any sense because they're going to see you got your mark. So it's like, why not just go through mid and create prio and then attack Eve down here? Oh, and then she probably would have defended these. It's a little bit interesting for sure. Interesting pathing. Okay. And we get to find Evelyn again. Tarek is just gonna live for as long as possible to try to save the Evelyn, but of course, Aphelios picked Aphelios, so he's gonna die. We love Aphelios players. Wow, so Kindred waits out the Evelyn charm and ends up killing the Aphelios.
Artist Ophelia.
I'm starting an Aphelios hate club.
Dude, it's like he had the root gun too, right?
Yes. And she got rooted. Just doesn't matter. Because that champion is something alright.
Wait, wouldn't that Mark be?
So this mark is scary because you know that Aphelios and Tarek are going to be here. You're walking into a 1v3 if you do this. Jinx wants you back. Blitz wants you back. Your team's off tempo. You don't have the pride to do that.
If we do it, after that kill,
Nope.
Playable because he
It's
was
too early.
Just not getting to the tier 1.
It's way too early.
Yeah,
if we-
because I guess they have to like if we just walk past the ward and go right now, to be able to get that.
Nope. Because Tarek's already here and Evelyn's on her way. And Aphelios is now starting. So Tark is going to slow you down. Like, this is terrifying. You actually died of this a lot.
Yeah.
Is this Mark? You have to remember, in the early game, yeah, it's a classic overstay, exactly. In the early game, death timers are so short. He's here so fast. Now, we're going to play on the top side, where our team is actually on tempo. Oh, this is just so vile, man. Holy. This, like, perma, wherever our team is on prio, that's where we're going to attack style is nasty. But the important thing to note is he's always playing where his teammates have activity, right? Why can't we go for this Mark? It's because Aphelios and Tark are already on their way where Jinx is in base, right? So we can't play for this. But mid has prio, and top just crashed a wave. That opens up this. This is so fucking clean, man. Holy.
I just have to look for this type of stuff more instead of perma trying to fight 1v8.
Yeah, it's the same thing we talked about. Oh, this was
talked about this yesterday.
This was a long conversation, like a long time ago. We talked about like playing with the tempo your or the prio your teammates have.
Yeah, you gave me a
remember that? Yeah. That was a long time ago, but he's doing it at like the highest level you can here, which is just crazy. So now I'm guessing we just finish our top side, recall, and then attack bottom again because they're on tempo. Especially once the Cassia recalls. I wish we could see the gold. I know we have a lot, but how much is the real question?
I wonder why
we're actually not even going to
are opting for the press to attack.
It's really good for one-shotting even our jungle pre-6.
Yeah. I guess if you know your plan is to invade early, so attack has a lot of value.
And if you know you're playing against an assassin, or if you're invading like a tank or something, like lethal is still better.
But people like hate lethal now. They're taking like Conqueror and shit. I just
Conqueror is good for scaling. Like I think you're letting the competitive guys get in your head. Lethal is good for solo queue.
Yeah, I personally
in solo queue lethal is not good. Or in competitive solo queue, lethal is not good. What am I saying? Holy. Words are hard.
Yeah.
In competitive, if you have a pick team, BTA is very good. Otherwise, Conqueror is the default. Oh, red and white do not fight.
This is the Tech Laka 1v3.
Wait, they win it.
This is the Tech Laka 1v3. You know what I mean?
Sheesh. That is terrifying.
That was Aphelios with his best gun combo too.
Let's break this down.
I'm going in on this too.
Jinx has lethal up, which is actually really interesting. Now, what's really important with Aphelios when he has red and white is the closer you get to him, the higher his DPS is. So you want to stay as far as possible. So you can see Jinx flashes, so she doesn't take the red and white damage. Kindred flashes, so she doesn't take the red and white damage. Also the stun. But we're able to kill him from max range. That's the only way that Aphelios isn't 1v9ing here. If Aphelios had flash and he flashes right here, Aphelios gets a double and this game's over. So this requires some insane kind of awareness of what's going on. Knowing Aphelios doesn't have flash, being able to flash out of the range, knowing that Jinx is on lethal. But nice little cleanup. This must have required insane information gathering. Like I wish we had the POV here so we could see how hard she was looking at that. And kind of how much her camera moved. And now this camp's a little bit more free because the game's just further along. So you take it faster, they respawn longer. But I would say like a good rule of thumb is probably pre-first back. Yeah, do you see how Aphelios is showing up right here? If you didn't have this and these items, and his death timer was a little bit shorter, yeah, he's here, right? So I would say pre-first back, don't do this, even if you get these kills. But like post-first back, I think it's playable. Oh, no, this is vile. Oh, no. Oh!
Jinx tried to steal it too.
Actually, it looked like Kindred tried to give it. Like she stopped auto attacking. I think Kindred tried to give it. He sees the rocket? Oh, maybe not. I couldn't tell. Yikes. Yuck. This is vile, man. Holy. Yeah, what I really like from watching these high-level junglers play high-tempo junglers is wherever they have prio, they are doing some cool shit. What sucks in solo queue is sometimes you can like path away and they won't have prio that way, and that's when you gank the lane. There haven't been a ton of lane ganks unless it's been that situation. Also, the pathing here, super cool. Where you go blue wolves here, and then if you see Eve here, you go Gromp into invade. Or if you don't see her there, you go red into invade. You get level 3 from blue wolves red, right? Yeah. This is just so pretty. Holy. Banger idea. And that also allows you to play around your lanes a little bit, right? You get to see whoever's winning. You can play around that side. Especially on champions like Kindred and Crazy and Viego, it's really important to keep your options open. Your whole advantage is you get to move very quickly. Oh, this is gross. Okay, here comes the Jinx rocket. Oh, we give away 1,000 gold because we're trying to play a 1v4, but there comes the Jinx rocket.
It's like I would also try to play that one before, so I get
too.
And it's like it's a little bit. Oh, thank you. Not really. What'd you put in it? I'm chilling. Thank you though. It's going great. We're reviewing VOD for tech. Say hi to the academy.
How does it work? Can we request VODs?
Yeah.
Or
Next week,
is-
just bring in VODs. And what we did is we did a poll to see which ones we did.
Oh, damn, missed it. Okay, good to know.
So yeah, bring in VODs for next week. I think we'll start doing this every Saturday. I like this kind of session. It's a nice mix-up. It's very cool to watch high-level VODs. And it's cool to watch them together. Because sometimes it's easy. If you watch it as an individual, it's easy to miss some things or take away the wrong things. So as a group, we get to talk about it. It's very nice.
And I told you, it's great YouTube content.
It's like Jamie, next Saturday, we just group watch Dante stream.
Okay.
Real.
Challenger
We can
US,
take notes on the
baby.
funny stories.
Yeah.
You what, Tech?
I would not have noticed that lethal tempo set
Yeah.
from Jinx.
And part of that is like just kind of knowing the win cons of the lanes. In this matchup, if Jinx can get lethal and play at max range, she is scary. Holy!
Wild.
No shot that kills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and when
there's-
Kindred is ahead, you get to have fun. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like-
now we're gaming. We did the hard part in the first 10 minutes. Now we walk around and just vibe. And just kind of
It's
kill
like
everybody.
enemy jungle is just it's so good.
Like,
So-
what is he even supposed to do with it?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. So Eve, what is how play?
Like, there's just nothing.
Eve has to concede this.
Yeah, just stay away from you.
Yeah,
He
she
just
had to
sits
concede
AFK
this
in
invade.
base. What do you mean?
Social distance.
So when you see Kindred come here, you have to just leave, and then you just hit 6 later, and then Kindred's gonna be 2-0, and that's gonna be scary to deal with. But the game's playable
Still
then.
doomed.
You know what I mean? No, it's not, because you're Evelyn, and you just go around and one-shot kids, and it's like not fun. You know what
fair.
I mean?
You're
but-
one-shotting the Ilaoi, right? Or the...
Well, you're not
Westcraft?
pathing
Well, you
towards
one-shot
the double-
everybody.
No.
Yo, Levi Williams,
You
I
have
appreciate
your
the follow,
friend
buddy. What's going on,
versus-
man? Bro, she's one-shotting everybody.
You Yeah.
You ever play against an Evelyn? It's not fun.
Press X to that.
That's the only way they win, because they can't actually like do objectives or take towers. All they can do is kill you enough that you want to FF. It's their only win condition. Pro tip, if you're playing against Evelyn, don't get demoralized no matter how much you die, because they still can't close games out.
Hullbreaker Evelyn, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So in my honest opinion, I don't think that's very playable.
Bro,
Yeah, just my personal preference is to not build Hullbreaker on Evelyn, but you know, go crazy, man.
Like, I personally haven't seen it work, but like, if you can make that work for you,
I would love to see it. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Have you ever seen a Hullbreaker Evelyn? Do you know it's trash? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just a theory?
I'm not gonna lie. It's just a theory.
It's a game theory.
You know, maybe it could be good. I don't know. You should try to do rank games today.
it's like just not my games though.
I see in my games,
my
but
rank
on
games.
enemy
But,
team.
Like, how do you know you don't like heating shit? Like, really?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's one of the questions of all time.
Yeah, and now we're just watching Kindred go around and do whatever she wants. This is your reward for having have Cope Crew test. Cope Crew, you guys have a mission. Get Iron Man on the Hullbreaker Evelyn.
Please no. He already solo ints all of our games. I would please no. I beg him.
Oh,
dude, how can I mental bloom last night? We started practicing wall hops.
It's like Ronick was ahead, but me and Eli just didn't care. So we were
you
trying
mean
to
in game?
Yeah.
I thought you guys meant like you guys got tilted, so you left the Cope Crew and you went into practice
but it's actually possible in Echo.
Yeah. I was trying to see on Yone how far through a wall I can go. And Ronick's like, why the fuck are you worried about a
you
wall?
Can go from
this was the last game, and we were all like, we were at our wits' end, bro. Like, not the item.
You can go from red side crux to Baron Pit, I think, with Yone.
Like, you guys turned wits' end into a real thing. It's crazy.
It's a lot of walls you cannot jump through with Yone E. I learned that yesterday.
You can jump through, I think, every wall. Almost every wall in the game is Echo.
Broken champion.
Yeah. And then the ability gives you a second dash too, by the way.
Alright.
Actually,
that is a little bit crazy. 2 dashes in one spell is something, alright.
It's like, have you seen a Cali ultimate?
Silas E is my least favorite spell in the whole game.
Oh.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, Nasa's wither tilts me to the moon, actually. Like, just one-shot me. I don't care. Just don't wither me, please.
Yeah,
wither. Oh, hey, Ronick, we were just talking about you.
Yeah, hey, Ronick, we love you.
What's up, Ronick? We're actually recording this, and Ronick, I'm going to send you back the recording, because the first game was interesting against Yasuo.
Bro, Yannick,
oh, we were just...
You should try Hullbreaker Evelyn one day. Please do that.
We need to get Iron Man on it. Iron Man will do it for real.
Wait, this Ahri just missed
Oh my goodness, that's actually so sad that we have to ult.
No shot we die here.
Nah, we win these. We win these. My heart was like,
we got like no crits at the end there. That was a little bit doomed, but it is what it is.
Right? I feel bad.
I don't know why we were just like standing still in our ultimate and like not trying to dodge the charm. You know, we like stand in the same spot
to show dominance.
It literally looks like that's what she's doing. Like, what is this?
It's like the ego.
It's fine. I mean, Kindred players deserve it. After you're 12-2, we're just watching this game close out for the respect of the game, you know? For the, this Kindred player earned this. You know what I mean?
I wish most of my games looked like this.
Yeah, it's hard to get to this level of confidence, but holy, when it pays off, it feels great.
Cause like mechanics, I feel like are fine, but the macro
Yeah.
Just like being
The
able to play
ideas
where
of not taking this mark and then going straight to this play, all of those things, those are very, very hard to kind of get down.
But once I get those down, I feel like, holy, you know what I mean?
It's like if I could not die twice in lane before I hit 6, we win the game.
And he's just dead. They're just dead for existing. Like, ADC should not be allowed to play the video
IE
game.
is so strong right now, by the way. This item on like all champions.
IE is gonna become a
Kinda
mythic.
nasty.
It might as well.
I thought they
Fuck.
were removing
It is.
mythics.
No, like he's not.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
trolling.
You're lying to me. You're guessing.
No, he's not trolling you.
Mids with a big
Navori
mid-season
and IE
thing.
are mythics, I think.
Yeah. And lethality is gonna get reworked, and Yumo's Ghostblade's gonna be mythic. Here the fucking Prowler's Claw is not gonna be a mythic anymore, and the dash is gonna get removed. Like, it's
What's the
crazy.
point of the Prowler's crawled in? What?
The fuck, I don't know.
Imagine Duskblade, but more haste. And that's just it. This
Or
actually,
imagine
this
if
is
they
a big
completely
conversation on
removed it
Ezreal.
from the game.
Ezreal's used to argue about Prowler's Claw and Duskblade all the time. It's just came down to haste, really.
The Prowler's Claw Ezreal is crazy. Well, to be fair, Ezreal can build literally every item in the game and make it work. So
Last
Have you
season it was
seen Showmaker go Moonstone on Ezreal?
Dude,
Yeah.
you haven't seen my legendary Prowler's Claw Caitlyn. Where you Prowlers through them, EW backwards.
Red and white do not fight, baby. Oh, yuck.
And it's
No,
like we just
that's the
stood
rules.
still too.
Kindred played a little bit too much for fun. She walked in straight into mid lane with her Jinx and base fighting Aphelios on his strongest weapons.
That's me. That's
So
me
if
when
you
I'm ahead.
stack all of the bad things, at some point they're insurmountable.
It's like we're so far ahead. So
Yuck. Yeah, it doesn't
really
actually matter because we've already won.
Unless we do it 5 more times.
But if you do it again, the game gets hard. Like, look at this shit. What is this? Game's tricky now. Okay. Now we just push mid and end the game. Oh, no. It's Korea. We're fighting. Fine.
Yeah, why would we end the game? We want kills.
Well, I have macro. That's so real.
Why end
21
game
minutes,
if
38 kills.
number
That's
go up?
zero.
That's so real. I personally am a macro hitter. Okay. Good
All right,
stuff.
yeah, game.
That was nasty. The biggest takeaways from this one, and not just for tech, but for everybody watching, is this early pathing, super creative way to secure a 3-camp invade. You're either going this way, or like this, or you're going this way. Super nice, because you know that they have Evelyn, you know you want to invade, you know that they picked Aphelios, so you're going to have Perma Prio in bot lane. And you know they have a tank top, so things are looking good. This is a game where we're trying to invade a lot because of all of these factors. And you want to invade where you have Prio, you want to invade where you have tempo. Kindred showed this perfectly. If you have a Kindred on your team, make sure you're buying them space so they can do things like this. And if you have the Evelyn on your team in this situation, make sure you're ready for the Kindred invade and you're trying to take away space from the Kindred. And then it gets very hard for Kindred to play with 3 losing lanes.
I can confirm it's impossible.
Yeah, you just have nowhere to play. She has to coin up a gank somewhere, but like if you're playing Ahri here and you're just pushing a lot, like Kindred can't really gank you, right? It's so doomed. You can try, but if you're paying attention, you should be good. Okay, this was a fun session. We actually didn't have any time to do our VOD reviews, which I think is fine. Next week we'll probably just make the whole 2 hours